Let's go!
Did you watch the Graceborne trailer? I had a couple of people message me about this Graceborne thing. I don't know what the heck it is or what the heck we're talking about. Let me just YouTube this. Graceborne Alpha 8 days ago? What are we talking about here? Oh, it seems very heavily liked. Elden Ring, what?
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion.
Huh?
Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think
It's a mod. Well, no shit.
a bad dream.
Do you like wake up in the lands between or some shit? As a hunter?
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Uh-oh. Is that the same? No.
Haven't you noticed? Hunters are held here to be sent on horrific hunts. Their souls rotted by blood and madness.
Wow. What? Whoa. Whoa. Is this actually real? Oh, the dragon's all rotted and shit? Ugh.
Under beasts. The perfect place for a hunter.
What the hell? This looks like the cleric beast. Wow, the bosses are all redesigned?
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight.
Whoa, weird weapons. This looks like a shit ton of work. They added all the blood effects to it too.
What is it you want from this horrific nightmare?
Is this out? Can people actually play it? I'm definitely sold. This is a mod, obviously. This is like a huge fan mod. The gold graven axe. What? Wow. They put trick weapons in the game? Sony, we are so tired of waiting for Bloodborne that we made one ourselves. Lies of P exists. To be honest. This is pretty crazy. Bloodborne is so goddamn influential. It's insane. So do you have transform attacks? Like, can you press L1 in between the string to get the transform attack? This is cool. Okay. I mean, I'm seeing what you're talking about. Can you show me some spice? Where's the spice? Hey, it does! Okay. It actually had transforming attacks. What the hell's that meat club? Oh, I'm definitely gonna play this later. Yeah, I'm super curious. I'm hella curious. I almost don't want to watch anything more because it's insanely impressive, dude. They've added all these new weapons. You know what? It does look really cool. You get all these characters that are brand new and stuff like that and look weird mixtures of Bloodborne-esque enemies and stuff that are between a game like Elden Ring and Bloodborne. But I did definitely get the feeling of some of this stuff just being like gross for the sake of being gross. You know, there was some video that I also recently watched about Demon's Souls and why there was points of contention for Demon's Souls Remake, where the intention of the art and design of Demon's Souls was kind of all over the place in Demon's Souls Remake. And I see where they're coming from. As somebody that isn't directly in tune with Demon's Souls, the OG game, just played it once and I was like, oh, it's okay. I see what they're talking about, where it's like, oh, they just made things gross and disgusting for the sake of being gross and disgusting. I see where they mean that, where if we did get a Bloodborne, because everything in Bloodborne is gross, it is disgusting, but there's a lot of intention behind a lot of it that goes into story stuff. I see a little bit of balance that they're trying to do that in this trailer with some of these characters, but you know, the fat official is like the big one. Yeah, I see what they're talking about, where if Bluepoint did do a Bloodborne remaster or something like that, if that ever did happen, where it would be a lot more detailed, but maybe some of the intention might be lost. But I think that's a worthy trade, because you're never gonna get something that is ideally like the best. I think most of us, what we want is just high fidelity in most of those situations. But believe me, dude, if there's one game that I've played more than any of the other Souls games and continue to play at least once a year is friggin' Bloodborne. So if something just feels wrong or different, I'll be able to say, oh, this feels wrong or different, you know, from the original one. The issue with Bloodborne is that, man, performance-wise, dude, we just need something to fix that. So I think this stuff specifically lends to that, where it's like, oh, you can get Bloodborne-style gameplay in a game that is from Softy, clearly modded to the point where, hey, we can actually play with some trick weapons and shit and a new art style and all this crazy shit. It's kind of cool. Lies of P was your first Bloodborne? Lies of P is pretty tough. If you enjoyed Lies of P, I would argue Lies of P, a regular run on Lies of P is about as difficult as the first run of Bloodborne. It's pretty tough. The game is not easy, man. Now, Graceborne isn't a Bloodborne ripoff. Graceborne is, fans somehow took all the animations from Bloodborne directly and modded them into Elden Ring, and then effectively created a Bloodborne scenario in the lands between, where like the hunter goes to the lands between. It's actually really cool. It's actually really fucking cool. There's like cathedrals and chapels and shit and churches that look different than the main game. Man, this is so much work. It's insane, dude. Heavily inspired by Bloodborne with the main goal of changing the mood and tone to match more to the sinister atmosphere. I get exactly what they're talking about. I think it's really, really cool. And it just goes to show how much Bloodborne fans care. This isn't even an unofficial game. It's just a mod. It's just a mod to Elden Ring. It's a ton of work. You know, fans are just crazy now, dude. I can't wait. I'll definitely be checking this out.